Welcome back to Brainflow TV / Hot Topics TV. Listen, I just watched a video of Julio Fulio's murder, and I ain't talking about a video like the little tiny video clips they've been showing. The feds have shown a different type of video of Julio Fulio's murder. This looks straight out of some GTA video game. This looks straight out of some movie. They caught everything in high definition. They caught everything in close up. They have redoctored the video and put it in a way that you can see clearly everything that's going on. Let me tell you, man, the amount of planning that went into the execution of that young man, it is sad. If you are black or brown or African American or dark skinned or melanated, you need to listen to this video right here. I have a saying, ain't nobody killing us more than us. That means police might be killing some of us, other races might be killing some of us, but the majority of us are killed by us. And the messed up part about that is the majority of us that are killed by us are killed for no reason, or are killed for reasons that could have been worked out and lives could have been spared. It's ego and ignorance. That's all it is. Ego and ignorance. What did Julio Fulio die for? Getting on songs and talking garbage about other people? So you kill somebody for what they say about you, or what they say about your dead family members or your dead homies. That's what you kill somebody for, right? And then when you kill somebody, you forfeit your own life. This is the United States of America. This is 2024 going into 2025. And technology is at a level that you have never seen it before. I'm going to warn everybody out there listening to this. If you're thinking about sliding like them rap songs are telling you to do, if you're thinking about stepping like them rap songs are telling you to do, please remember this is not back in the 80s and the 90s where surveillance is not up to par like it is today. If you are not in the technology field, you may not know what I'm talking about. If you are in the technology field, then you damn sure know what I'm talking about. There's technology out here that most of us don't even comprehend how it works. This is why they can stay outside and look inside your house. This is why they can monitor us from space. This is why they could take a fuzzy video clip and clean it up until it shows as clear as a 1080 HD video footage. It's time for y'all to wise up. It's time for y'all to stop throwing your lives away. It's time for y'all to stop volunteering for slavery. And I say volunteering for slavery because I feel like teaching. I don't think my brothers and sisters today understand that slavery was abolished in the United States of America, but, and there is a big ass but, and I'm not talking about the butt on a female, but slavery is still legal in the United States of America if you are incarcerated after you have been convicted of a crime. Go look it up. It's in the Constitution. So you are volunteering to go back into slavery by committing crimes that put your stupid self back in prison. Once you're in prison, the Constitution of the United States of America says they have you in slavery, which means master can do whatever master wants with his slaves. Now let's talk about being in prison. The consequences that you will have to pay. If your enemies don't kill you on these streets first, or if your enemies don't step on your family members because they can't get to you, you're putting your whole family in danger. You got sister, brother, auntie, uncle, cousins, mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. Some of y'all got kids. And there's people out here who will murk your children if they can't get to you. So thinking you're safe inside of the penitentiary after you done killed Miss Jones' little son and you locked away. Your mama out here. Your kids out here. You don't care about your people? If you really cared about your people, you would find a better way to deal with your issues, right? So back to slavery you go. Now let's talk about the conditions inside those prisons. See, everybody is tough, right, on these streets where you have a gun and you can pull a trigger. Everybody is tough on these streets where you can run to all 50 states and you have a lot of places you can hide and a lot of homies that'll let you sleep on the couch or sleep in the basement or hide in the attic or switch cars. Everybody is tough when you running around like that. But when your freedom is taken away and you are boxed in like an animal and you are in those cages, just remember, the true apex predators come out. Are you an apex predator? The true gorillas come out. Are you a true gorilla? Because you're going to have to be one to survive. I don't know if y'all know what they call a prison purse. A prison purse. You got your shank on you. You got to have it on you all the time. You're going to have to boof it. Anything else you're not supposed to have that you need with you for your sanity and your survival, you're going to have to boof it. What does that mean? It simply means you're going to have to be stuffing things into your asshole just to hide them. And that's the same things that you're going to use to keep yourself safe. Get caught without it, and you might die violently in prison. I know a lot of people are going to say, nah, that's not true. I know a lot of people that went in, did time in prison, came back out, and they are right. Yeah, right. That's what they tell you. Shameful things happen to people behind those bars. Most of what they'll never tell you. You understand? Now, as far as the Julio Fulio case goes, if you look at each one of those persons who are involved, the state already said everybody is being charged with first-degree murder because of the way it was planned and executed. If you look at each one of those young brothers and that one sister who threw their life away like that, you know they're not built for no damn prison. If they survive in prison over the years, they might be able to get their weight up while they're in there. They might be able to gain rank over the years if they survive. But when they first go in, and for the first couple of years, oh, they will be bait. They will be food for the sharks. They have a long, long life of suffering ahead of them. Julio Fulio is dead. Death is final. You no longer feel, you no longer hear, you no longer see, you no longer have any cares or connections to this world. But for those going to prison, your hell is just beginning. They're going to suffer on that account. So I want my brothers and sisters to start thinking about this, right? When you take the life of your fellow people, when you destroy your nation, and then ultimately the Most High punishes you to where everything falls into place to where you are caught, you are tried, you are convicted, sentenced, and suffering. Your mama is going to die while you're in there doing a life sentence, because that carries life without the possibility of parole. In the state of Florida, where they committed that crime, I want you to remember XXXTentacion's situation. The guys that killed him. When that judge was sentencing them, that judge said, from today forward, you belong to the state penitentiary. From today forward and for the rest of your natural life, you will wake up, you will go to sleep, you will wake up again, you will go to sleep again, and you will repeat that process every day for the rest of your life. and you will look at the same walls in the same institution every day for the rest of your life in a cell. And one day, when they come to do a head count and they pop your cell because you're not answering, they'll realize that you have passed away. And that is the only way that you will get out of prison. That means whether you live till you're 40, 50, 90, 110, we'll wait to see. But there is no getting out for you. Everybody is tough. Everybody is tough until it starts to set in. Each person, except for one of them that's responsible for Julio Fulio's death, they're in their 20s, right? I think the oldest one is 30 years old. Now, when a judge says to you life without the possibility of parole and you are only 20-something years old, you still think you're tough. You still think inside of your mind, I'm going to beat this case. I done seen other murderers beat their case and come home. Okay, are you going to beat the case? Here's where it sets in. You're 26, you're 22, you're 25. When you've been in prison, if you're 22, when you've been in prison for 23 years and you realize that you have been incarcerated longer than you were free, when you're 25 and the judge says life without the possibility of parole and you are going on your 26th year in prison, and you realize that you had 25 free years out in the world, but you've given 26 more to prison, it will start to set in. It will start to psychologically bother you. You will start to lose your marbles because you realize that this ain't it. You will become more sorry than you ever was sorry, but nobody wants to hear you're sorry then. And your sorry is not going to free you. You are committed for the rest of your natural life. I just watched the video. I just seen how they blew him down. They killed Julio Fulio like he was nothing. And to them, he might have been nothing. But on the other side of things, that was totally unnecessary. So again, for those who listen and hear and heed, man, you better change your life up. Change your life up. But I know somebody is going to hear this and still say, I don't care what you got to say. Because you know what? I'm not the first one that said it. I'm not the second one that said it. I'm not the 100th one that has said it, trying to reach you before you end up in a situation that you can't get yourself out of. Damn. May Julio Fulio rest in peace, and may justice be served. And just as his mama cried when she found out her son was dead, and the way he died is the same way all the mamas are going to cry when they hear that judge say life without the possibility of parole, and they realize you will never taste your mama's cooking ever again. You will never be able to be there for your mama when she gets sick ever again. You get no more hugs. You might get visitation, depending. They're going to be moving you from institution to institution over time. Your whole life is going to be like an animal in a cage controlled by a mean owner. And on top of that, your family members will be passing away while you are incarcerated. So you won't even have the privilege of going to mama's funeral, daddy's funeral, grandma and granddaddy's funeral. You won't have the privilege of going to your brothers and your sisters' milestones they have in their life. They'll be growing up and getting married and having children of their own and living their life out in the free world. They'll be having backyard barbecues, family reunions. You'll just be on a t-shirt or in somebody's mind. And when they all start to pass away, whether it's because they're young or they're older, they're sick, or it's just that time, you won't be able to be there for none of it. You'll have to be around other convicted criminals who don't give a damn about what you're going through. Remember that. I'm going to leave this one right here for now. I hope somebody hears this and wakes up. It's Brainflow TV / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot. I'm on it. I'm out. Peace.